she wanted to commit suicide. She was a young, beautiful Muslim girl in her 20s. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. She felt she had nothing to live for. When she was only 10 years old, she lost her parents. Her elder brother and sister did not care for her. She felt all alone in this wide world. At that time, she luckily met a Toastmaster Satyaj. And Satyaj embraced her. Her husband supported her. She introduced this friend, Muslim friend, to her parents, mom and dad, and they invited her into their family. She became an integral part of the family, a part of every event in their family. They celebrated her birthdays. This Muslim lady, she observed all the holidays of the Muslim religion. But in addition to that, she also celebrated Diwali and Christmas with a new friend, with a new family. I have met this young beautiful lady. She is very happy. She has found a family that she never had. Isn't this a wonderful thing that one human being can do for another? I request you, my fellow Toastmasters, please stand, please rise, and honor Ms. Satyaj and her family for making a huge difference in the life of this girl. Thank you. Ms. Satyaj and her family are a rare example. I'm going to ask you a very funny question. Let me see if you get it. Why is social work like a classic book? Because everyone praises it, but very few really go through it. A man went to the doctor and said, "Doctor, I am not able to do the things I want to do." The doctor checked him out and said, "My friend, there's nothing wrong with you. In plain English, you are just lazy." And then the young man said, "Doctor, can you give me a medical term for it so I can give it to my wife?" My friends, there is a medical term for this disease, and I'm going to write it here, and if any of you can figure it out, spell it with me. P R O. Next word? C R A S T I N A T I O N. It is a very widespread disease called procrastination. Do you procrastinate?
Yes.
Do you sometimes hear a small voice inside you saying, "I want to do something good. I want to change the life of a small child, a small poor child." And then you say, "Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it when I have more time. I'll do it when I have more money. I'll do it when I finish doing this. I'll do it when I finish doing that. And the good thing never happens. I'm going to ask you a very simple question. It should not be difficult for you to answer. When is it a good time to do something good? Is it tomorrow? Is it someday after? Some other day? Or is it now?
No.
Now. Yes. To do anything good, the right time is now. Now, this father will ask the prospective son-in-law a question. Do you drink? The young man said, Sir, is it a question or an invitation? Here is a question and an invitation. A question and an invitation to you, my friends. Do you volunteer? If you answer the clear question, it could be a case of bad memory. Bad memory or not. I understand, I empathize with you, you are busy people. Social work is not easy. Social work needs a lot of time. And you really have to get into the details of the case to evaluate it before you know how to help. I'll give you a case history. This young mother recently came to me for help. I listened to her story for a long time. I asked many questions. Her husband had abandoned her, left her with two twins, 12-year-old. Manjula is blind and is in a blind school hospital. And Sagar, who's a very bright child, is going to the 6th grade. The mother makes only 3,000 rupees per month. And she was looking for 6,700 for Sagar's admission. I asked her, I said, could you please go and tell this story to his school principal? She did. She went there. She told the story. Principal refused. She came back to me. I spoke to the principal. The principal refused again. But by talking to the principal, I found out the amount was not 6,700 but 5,300. I asked the lady, I said, will you take responsibility for paying 490 rupees per month for Sagar? She agreed. I paid 5,300 directly to the principal. Sagar is a bright kid. He's a gem of a boy. He's back in school now. I was a gem dealer in New York. People used to ask me, hey Vinny, how do you buy a diamond? And I'd say, hey look, if you don't know and understand diamonds, find somebody who does and you can trust. Warren Buffett trusted his money to Bill and Melinda Gates. He saw them doing great work, changing lives all over the world. If you don't have the time and you want to do some good work, find someone who is doing the good work and you can trust. If you can trust me, here I am. Talk to me. I am one of yours. I will do all the legwork for you. I will give you account for every passing. But please, I beg of you, do not treat this speech just like my speech projects. My appeal to you is, and I hope, and I sincerely hope, that you will join me. Contribute something, no matter how small. Your little contribution will make a whole lot of difference in the child's life of struggle. Life is a struggle. A Red Indian grandfather was telling his grandson a story. He said, two wolves are fighting, a bad wolf and a good wolf. The little boy asked, Grandpa, who will win? He said, the one you feed, my son. The sons and daughters of our poor are struggling for their lives. You can help them win. This, you have to remember, a human mind is a terrible thing to waste. This is a great opportunity for you to help someone do something in this life. I always wanted to do something good. I'm asking you to do something good. Let me give you an example of my own life. I always wanted to do something good. When I turned 60, something started really bothering me. Can anyone guess what begins to bother someone at 60? It was my death. I would imagine dying, breathing my last, and thinking, I always wanted to do something good, and now I cannot do it. I did not want to die like that. I started planning. When my youngest son Rajiv got a good job, I decided to close my business. I went to my family and said, I want to close my business and go to India to help the poor. They were shocked. They thought I had lost my mind. My wife said, why do you want to go to India? Don't you think there are any poor people here? Why do you want to abandon us? And then, at this age, if something happens to you, who will take care of you? I said, America is a rich country. There are many services available here for the poor. There is a much greater need in India. And as for me, I'll be doing God's work. God will take care of me. They thought it was all nonsense.